Look, I have had the Minnesota Vikings signing Jamal Adams on my mind all week because it was an absolute shocker. General Manager Nolan Teasley officially brought in the veteran linebacker on a team-friendly veteran salary benefit contract. This move is fascinating because it reunites Adams with Teasley while putting serious pressure on the current defensive depth chart. The situation boils down to two things: the financial genius of the deal and the brewing training camp war it creates. The deeper we dig into these roster implications, the crazier it gets. Hit that subscribe button and sound off below. Let's break it down. The Minnesota Vikings made a surprising move Monday night by signing linebacker Jamal Adams, a veteran addition that has sparked plenty of conversation throughout our fan base. This transaction reunites Adams with our general manager, Nolan Teasley, who previously worked as the director of pro personnel for the Seattle Seahawks when they facilitated a major trade for the defender. According to Over the Cap, Adams is signed to a veteran salary benefit contract, meaning he will earn the $1.3 million vested veteran minimum while counting only $1.075 million against our salary cap. It is a shrewd financial gamble that allows us to bolster our depth without sacrificing meaningful cap space. And I cannot stress this enough, this signing puts significant pressure on Ivan Pace Jr. as he enters his fourth year with the organization. After being benched midway through last season, Pace now finds his roster spot in serious jeopardy alongside our second-round selection, Jake Golday. The competition for that final linebacker role appears wide open because neither Pace nor Adams holds a guaranteed contract for the upcoming season. While Pace brings valuable experience with 332 special team snaps from last year, Adams offers a different profile that creates a genuine battle throughout our training camp sessions. Many of us are left wondering how this positional squeeze will impact the overall defensive rotation under Kevin O'Connell. With both players essentially fighting for their professional lives in Minnesota, we have to consider whether this move is a reflection of deeper concerns regarding our current defensive depth, or simply a calculated effort to drive up the intensity at the position before the final cuts are made. The most surprising aspect of this signing is how perfectly it aligns with Nolan Teasley's long-term vision for our roster depth and financial flexibility. This reunion between Teasley and Jamal Adams stems from their time together in Seattle, where they first navigated the complexities of integrating such a unique defensive piece into a professional system. By utilizing the veteran salary benefit, we secured a player for a cap hit of only $1.075 million, which represents a savvy maneuver to keep costs low while bolstering our defensive ranks. Historically, our front office has excelled at leveraging these low-risk contracts to create internal competition, and this move mirrors the calculated risk we have seen in previous successful rebuilding cycles. Here is where it gets interesting, as the arrival of a veteran with 9 years of experience creates a direct pressure point for our younger players currently looking to solidify their roles. Our coaches are likely viewing this as a necessary push to sharpen the entire linebacker room during the upcoming training camp. While we have seen talented individuals struggle to maintain their footing when new faces enter the fray, this move forces every candidate to prove their value through versatility and special teams utility. With neither the contract of our long-tenured veteran nor the deal of his challenger carrying guaranteed money, the front office is clearly prioritizing total performance over past reputation. Every snap this summer will now serve as a high-stakes audition, ensuring that only the most prepared and adaptable athletes earn their place on the final active roster when the regular season schedule finally kicks off. So that is the breaking news on the move itself. But let's take a closer look at what this signing actually signals for our franchise. Let's be real, this is a pivotal development because it indicates that GM Nolan Teasley is leaving no stone unturned and sharpening the bottom half of our roster for a deep run. By utilizing the veteran salary benefit, the Vikings gain a proven commodity in Jamal Adams for a bargain cap hit of only $1.075 million. This isn't just a minor depth addition, it effectively puts every linebacker on notice that the final spot on the depth chart is currently up for grabs. We are seeing a direct challenge to the incumbents, specifically Ivan Pace Jr., whose standing is now clouded by both this veteran arrival and the recent selection of Jake Golday. As we look ahead to the grind of the regular season, these internal competitions are the exact fuel needed to ensure our special teams units are operating at their absolute peak for critical matchups against heavy hitters like the Bears or the Lions. If this move forces our younger talent to sharpen their focus during the summer, the depth of our entire defense will be significantly more resilient by the time we hit the playoffs. While the NFC North remains a tough gauntlet, these calculated risks allow us to maintain a flexible cap while fostering a culture of accountability. If neither player secures that final spot, we walk away without losing a cent, making this a classic low-risk, high-reward chess move that keeps our playoff ambitions firmly in our own hands for the upcoming year. The most compelling argument for bringing Jamal Adams to Minnesota is the low-risk, high-reward nature of the veteran salary benefits. By securing a seasoned veteran for a cap hit of only $1.075 million, Nolan Teasley has created a flexible roster environment that forces competition without sacrificing long-term financial health. The upside is clear because we gain a proven commodity who knows our general manager well, providing depth that could prove vital during a grueling 17-game schedule. However, the downside is the immediate pressure placed on younger talent like Ivan Pace Jr. and our second-round selection Jake Golday. These players now face a crowded room where every rep in training camp carries immense weight. Here's what people are missing when they look at this situation. Some analysts suggest this move signals a shift in defensive philosophy, while others argue it is merely a depth play that might not yield significant field time for either candidate. I find the notion that this move automatically renders our younger linebackers obsolete to be a bit overblown. My honest take here is that talent usually dictates the final roster regardless of contract status or past accolades. While the competition between Pace and Adams will certainly be a focal point of camp, we should remember that special teams proficiency often decides who stays and who goes, an area where Pace holds a distinct advantage with 332 snaps last season. If either player fails to earn their spot, the lack of guaranteed money ensures we suffer no lingering salary cap penalties, making this a calculated gamble that keeps the Vikings nimble as we build toward the upcoming season. When you combine this surprise roster addition with the unfolding landscape of our depth chart, a clear picture of how this organization intends to compete in the coming seasons begins to emerge. By leveraging the veteran salary benefit to bring in a seasoned talent like Jamal Adams at a cost of only $1.075 million, Nolan Teasley is showing that the Vikings remain committed to building a deep, highly competitive roster without sacrificing long-term flexibility. This move represents a calculated shift toward maximizing every ounce of value on the salary cap, ensuring we have experienced depth ready to step up whenever the call is made. Now, here's the thing. Fans should feel genuinely optimistic about this approach because it creates the exact kind of high-stakes, internal competition that sharpens a team before the real games even begin. We are seeing a front office that is not afraid to challenge incumbent players to earn their keep against proven veterans, regardless of previous draft status. This creates a culture of accountability that serves us well as we navigate the rigors of the schedule ahead. With both Ivan Pace Jr. and Jamal Adams fighting for that final spot, the coaching staff is clearly prioritizing versatility and the ability to contribute on special teams as the ultimate deciding factor. It is an approach that values production over reputation, which is exactly what we need to see from this leadership team. Looking at the situation, who would you choose to secure that final linebacker spot on the active roster, Jamal Adams or Ivan Pace Jr.? If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. SKOL, I'll see you in the next one.